2002 Fazer. This bike's just about finished. So it's been stood for 10 years. It was stood in a shed for 5 years, and then before that it was stood in a council garage which leaked. And then early this summer I got hold of it, and it was in a very, very bad way. I might be able to flash some photos up of the original condition, but the engine had a lot of flake and paint, a lot of corrosion around the carbs. The wheels, the paint was coming off also. At first I just get the bike running basically, so I took the carbs off and they were very clean, so there wasn't a great deal of work needed to be done on them. And then it was given like a full service, so coolant, brake fluid, oil. The air filter wasn't needed. The fuel tank was very clean inside. What else? Once we got it running, it was agreed to put a new chain on. So it's got a new chain kit, and a new set of tyres. So it's got some Pirelli Angel tyres on. And then at that point it was ready to go basically, so it was running quite well. It was just the cosmetics, so gave her the options. Obviously there's, it's a budget bike this, so the options were, could do the wheels, quite affordable to do them these days, powder coat them, put new bearings in. The discs and pads haven't been touched, but they seem fine. I mean, you've got to be mindful of pads delaminating and things like that, but they seem fine, so it's something that we can do at some point. What else was there? So we agreed to do the wheels, and then I said I can take the engine out and give that a good paint, because it was really, like, all the aluminium was really corroded and pitted. And then also the frame was starting to rust a little bit as well, so I got the engine out, and she agreed to get the engine done, the wheels done, and in that I sort of said, I can do a little bit to the frame to see if I can touch it up. So long story short, this is what it's come out like. So there's the engine, I sealed it up, rubber bungs everywhere, sealed up everything, make sure nothing can get inside, so it was fully covered up, blasted with jet wash, degreased many times, scrubbed, and then I ended up sandblasting it outside. Got all the loose stuff off, and it etched some of the paint in areas and it took it off in others, and any bare metal it cleaned up. So, and then from that point it was basically mask it up, degrease it again, and then paint it. So the paint that I chose to use this time was a black epoxy primer, and that's it. And I've read up on it, and a lot of people say that you can leave this stuff for years, and it's basically like watertight, so it's, you don't need to worry about putting any top coat on it. It's sealed, and it's a 2-pack paint as well, so it's pretty tough, and it's very, very, yeah, I'll give it that. I mean, it's very, 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 very tough. So obviously on this engine there wasn't any dismantling, it was all just as it is, basically complete. So it isn't, up to perfect standards, and you may also notice that the bolts have all been painted. Now these are stainless bolts, and I have took a few of them out just to see what happens, because obviously you're painting around a bolt, there's a chance that if you take this bolt out it'll chip this bit here. So obviously it's not a perfect job, but I'm happy with it, and I think when the customer sees it, she'll be happy too, because it's a lot better than where it was. Now I have done something at some point between getting the engine painted and fitting it. it's had a little bit of a scuff here, so I'm going to have to come back and touch that up. But that hasn't even got through to the metal. It's just on the surface, so it should be okay just to touch it in, feather it in. And also this colour, I mean, it's very, very close to the original engine colour. It was like a satin black, really. It wasn't as glossy as the frame, so yeah, it's very close. And if I take you around the front, it's basically everywhere has been done to a reasonable you know, standard. Just get it to focus. Right, I'm gonna I'll put the torch on so you can see a bit better. Right, so I've got the light on now so you can see down to, you know, this is just a bit of dust, but round here, I'm gonna have to give the bike a wash before it goes back. I've just literally had it running for the first time, so I've just got it up to temperature. So the finish is good, you know, and around the front where they always get lots of you know, corrosion and build up of rust and scale and dirt, yeah, so that's all clean. Obviously the exhaust, that's how it was originally. I haven't done anything with that. It's just, I'm not sure if the stainless on these are no, they can't be stainless because it's rusted. So yeah, there's the damage on that. It's obviously had a little bit of a close encounter with something. So around the bottom of the engine, it's all been painted in as well. I mean, I've left the sump plate as it was, and then yeah, the exhaust had a bit of a hole. So I'm not going to go too close on that because I'm not the best welder, and my welder was playing up, so I was getting intermittent welds on it. So, but it's all right. It basically had a couple of pinholes around where these seams are, where the water collects. So a couple of those on that, both sides, and that's that fixed. And then lastly, the frame. So around here it was a bit rough. Around here, down the bottom, all of that was a bit rough. Mainly around the welds and up in the corner. So this was all easy to get to with the engine out. I rolled the bike down, painted all this in, and then if I go up to the main steering head, that's what the frame was like, rusty. And yeah, I'm not going to do in here because it's a lot more work to get all that clear, but that wasn't in the budget. I just said, you know, I'll touch up what I can. And it also, I got inside there, you know, got that all de-rusted. And the wheels, you know, these are powder coated, so you know, I'm not going to argue with the finish. The finish is good. I'm not sure whether to go gloss black or satin black with powder coat, because I always think that gloss black, it's easier to scratch in some ways because it almost looks like, yeah, you get a, I don't know what's the word, like you get like swirl marks in gloss, whereas the satin, obviously it's less shiny, so you're not going to get that sort of same problem. So yeah, go with satin black. It's close to what they originally came with. They were a bit more gloss when they came out. Gloss black wheels, gloss black, well, satin black engine, and I did this frame in epoxy as well. So yeah, it's come out well, and it's only got, how many miles has it got on it? 12,000, less than 12,000 miles, and it's a 2002. Paintwork's alright on it. There's a few scratches here and there, but you can live with them. And it's, yeah, the end can's good, nice quality exhaust. There's a little bit of corrosion on some of the aluminium, but I mean, yeah, we haven't touched them. And the fork seals, although they are holding quite well, passing MOT, this dust cover starting to rust through. So yeah, so this one will be getting an MOT, and then it'll be going back all complete.